As time bends and empires collapse, Claire and Jamie Fraser stand on the brink of their most harrowing journey yet, a final chapter shaped by war, sacrifice, and the unrelenting grip of destiny. In the epic conclusion of Outlander's centuries-spanning saga, the past and future converge in a sweeping tale of love tested beyond all imaginable limits. Season 8 promises to unravel the last threads of Claire and Jamie's immortal bond, a connection forged through fire, grief, and the kind of devotion that defies reason. Together, they face not only the scars of battles long fought, but also the haunting pull of history repeating itself. From the storm-battered coasts of Scotland to the smoldering conflict of a nation torn apart by revolution, the Frasers are thrust into a world unraveling politically, spiritually, and personally. The echoes of past choices return with a vengeance in the shadows of rebellion and on the front lines of war. Former allies become enemies. Old wounds are reopened. And time, once a mysterious blessing, now threatens to become their greatest enemy. As the specter of the American Revolution reaches a boiling point, Claire and Jamie return to their Scottish homeland in search of solace, only to discover that the past offers no sanctuary. They are forced to confront treacherous truths and shattered loyalties, haunted by unfinished business and hunted by the vengeful Captain Charles Cunningham, a ghost from Jamie's darkest days. The weight of past mistakes, secrets, and love-related sacrifices grows heavier with each step forward. Jamie, torn between his fierce loyalty to his Scottish roots and the revolutionary ideals of a new world he helped build, finds himself at a crossroads. The battle between identity and aspiration plays out not just on the battlefield, but in the heart of a man split by two nations. Meanwhile, Claire's knowledge of the 20th century, once their greatest advantage, becomes a double-edged sword. In a world dominated by superstition, her progressive medical practices rekindle rumors of witchcraft and place her and the people she loves in danger. Their marriage, long a source of strength and shelter, now faces its most profound reckoning. Claire's long-buried guilt over her relationship with Frank Randall resurfaces just as Jamie's own secrets come to light. The lies he's told and the fears he's hidden. When a vision from the past, Jamie's ghostly apparition once glimpsed in season 1 returns as a metaphysical echo of a near-death encounter, both are forced to question everything they thought they knew about time, fate, and the permanence of love. Across the tapestry of time, Brianna and Roger Mackenzie are locked in their own desperate struggle. They literally race against time to preserve the Fraser legacy, while their children are caught in the crossfire of unseen forces. Brianna must become both warrior and scholar, mother and tactician, in a battle that spans centuries, drawing on long-hidden research and secret protections that Frank Randall left behind. But they are not alone in this fight. From the shadows, new, cunning and calculated enemies emerge: Amaranthus Grey, whose ambition knows no bounds, and Elspeth Cunningham, bent on vengeance and domination. Together, they align their schemes to dismantle Fraser's Ridge and eradicate the very bloodline that built it. These antagonists threaten not merely land and title, but identity, heritage, and the hope that a family forged across time can outlast those who seek to erase it. This final season is more than a conclusion, it is a crucible. A test of legacy, of lineage, of love itself. Every moment is imbued with finality, whether vows are whispered under cannon fire or impossible decisions are made under the weight of history. As the threads of fate tighten and timelines converge, Outlander reaches its emotional apex, a tapestry of resilience, redemption, and reunion. Claire and Jamie, Brianna and Roger, young Ian, and all who have walked this long road find themselves caught in a reckoning that will demand the ultimate price. Will their love, a bond tested across lifetimes, battles, and betrayals, endure? Will this be the collision of destiny and history, or will the final thread unravel, severing a connection that even time could not undo? The last chapter of Outlander is a thunderous farewell, a love letter to time, to legacy, and to the kind of passion that changes the world. The survival skills he taught her, lessons in resilience, precision, and control, became Brianna's lifeline. They were passed down not through warm affection, but through quiet, strategic foresight. Brianna and Roger find themselves entangled in a battle far larger than their own lives. This battle spans centuries and combines personal sacrifice with historical upheaval through cryptic letters, hidden artifacts, and the unspoken threads of familial destiny. William Ransom, Jamie Fraser's secret son, stands at the crossroads of bloodlines and ideologies. He is inextricably linked to their struggle. Raised as a British aristocrat yet born of Highland fire, William wrestles with his identity in the shadow of a war that demands loyalty and clarity. His journey parallels Jamie's own youth, when choices between duty and love, honor and rebellion, defined the man he would become. Now, William must forge uneasy alliances within the Revolutionary War, walking a path that both mirrors and redefines his father's legacy. As the season unfolds, the series' central mystery, Claire's extraordinary ability to travel through time, comes full circle. Her journey is revealed not as a series of accidents or coincidences, but as a predestined loop intricately tied to ancient rituals performed at Craney Dun. The mystic stones, long believed to be a portal through time, are revealed to be more than that. They are the linchpin of a cosmic design, guarded by natural symbols like forget-me-nots, and shaped by unseen hands across generations. The ultimate goal of Roger's earlier journey through time, his attempt to alter the past to guarantee his own existence, is realized. His actions establish the conditions for Claire's initial crossing, demonstrating that every sacrifice was part of a larger plan. Claire's time travel was not merely personal. It was essential. Essential to preserving the Fraser lineage and to guiding the flow of history away from ruin and toward a future shaped by love, resilience, and truth. William finds himself at the center of an unimaginable fate when this revelation collides with Gus Duncan's eerie prediction about the King's Son. Duncan's old cult, once dismissed as myth, resurfaces as a time-traveling sect whose ultimate goal is to manipulate history by targeting key bloodlines. William, unknowingly at the center, becomes both a catalyst and a guardian of change. The course of the revolution, and by extension, the future, is altered by his actions, driven by honor and instinct. The Battle of Yorktown becomes the point where the story reaches its apex. Jamie Fraser returns to the front lines amid the chaos, leading Highlanders with the same courageous defiance that once made him a fugitive. His leadership is not just tactical, it is emotional, a final stand for the ideals he has lived, lost, and bled for. Claire, now at the crossroads of healer and warrior, faces a devastating choice. Bound by her oath to preserve life, yet driven by her undying love, she risks everything to protect Jamie. Her sacrifice echoes the heartbreak of Culloden, but with a new dimension this time. Love does not surrender to fate. It defies it. Meanwhile, in the 1980s, Brianna and Roger confront a deadly adversary at Craney Dun. Their enemy, a descendant of Duncan's cult, sees their children, Mandy and Jemmy, not as innocents, but as anomalies that threaten the natural order of time. Brianna's maternal instinct sharpens into a weapon. Drawing on the guerrilla training her father, Frank, once instilled in her marksmanship, cryptography, strategic evasion, she transforms from engineer to warrior. Frank appears in flashbacks as a man haunted by knowledge, preparing his daughter not for a normal life, but for a life of temporal war. "Think like a Randall," he told her. And now? She does her mission, one that parallels Claire's in the past. At Lallybroch, she uncovers blueprints and hidden compartments in Frank's journals, using 18th century designs to transform the estate into a fortress. Once a refuge, Lallybroch is now a battleground for survival, heritage, and creativity, a stand against oblivion. Every wall strengthened, every trap set, is a defiance of erasure. Roger, once an academic who loved books and music, assumes a new role. He begins piecing together a buried narrative in Frank's journals, a coded trail linking the Frasers to pivotal, undocumented events in the American Revolution. The most important of these is William's covert mission to forge a fragile alliance between the Highlanders and the Continental Army. It's an alliance not mentioned in history books, yet crucial to the nation's birth. In a desperate gambit, Roger travels back to 1778 to prevent William from being killed in a British ambush. His arrival, however, disturbs delicate bonds. Though he saves William, his actions create distrust between father and son, unknowingly echoing Roger's own struggles to reconcile identity, loyalty, and legacy. William begins to question Jamie's intentions. These emotional tremors ripple through the centuries, a testament to how even well-meaning interventions can destabilize the fragile balance of time. What binds them, Claire and Jamie, Brianna and Roger, is not just blood or love. It is a thread spun through time, stitched together by letters, artifacts, and shared resolve. Hidden within Lallybrock's walls are messages from Claire and Jamie, whispers of warning, hope, and love that guide their descendants. These letters become lifelines, reminding them that though time may divide, love remembers. As the finale approaches, Jamie's ghostly vision, seen once by Claire in the very first episode, reclaims its meaning. It was never just a specter of longing, but a temporal echo of his near-death moment at Yorktown, a final subconscious message, reaching across time to the woman who saved his soul. The vision symbolizes something profound, that love at its most powerful transcends time, death, and fate. The series concludes with an epilogue of quiet triumph. Fraser's Ridge flourishes, shepherded by a new generation who carry the lessons of the past. William, now aware of his origins, embraces both halves of his heritage, Highlander and aristocrat, forging a new identity from the pieces of a broken legacy. Brianna, Roger, and their children protect their story not as relics, but as stewards of truth. The final image mirrors the very first. Claire and Jamie, hand in hand at Craney Dun, the stones humming with power. Their love forged in war, tested by time, and anchored in sacrifice stands eternal, etched not just in history, but in the very fabric of time. The Revolution's dangers, intertwined with the ancient prophecy about the king's son, are only the beginning of a greater story. Once a vague whisper in the winds of time, the prophecy now takes on an ominous clarity as the opal necklace comes into play. This necklace, seemingly a simple piece of jewelry, holds within it residual energy from the stone's energy that shapes the very structure of time itself. Initially thought to be a relic, it becomes both a tool of unimaginable potential and a source of grave danger. Its power could help stabilize the chaotic nature of time jumps, allowing safe navigation through the unpredictable waves of history. But it also draws the attention of a relentless, ever-dangerous antagonist. As Roger theorizes that the necklace may be the key to controlling the time shifts they've endured, he fails to fully comprehend the consequences of wielding such an artifact. Despite their caution, the necklace's influence becomes undeniable. As Roger's theory solidifies, the antagonist draws closer, sensing the growing power it holds and determined to claim it for their own nefarious purposes. Meanwhile, Mandy's abilities, both a gift and a curse, continue to unfold her visions filled with eerie glimpses of Jamie's ghost. Wandering through the battlefields, Mandy's visions guide Brianna in ways she doesn't fully understand. In a moment of clarity, Brianna, trusting her daughter's intuition, decides to bury modern medical supplies at Fraser's Ridge. A decision that seems inconsequential at the time will later prove to be a life-saving act. Claire's life, hanging by a thread in the 18th century, is saved because of this choice, a twist of fate that brings together the threads of time, history, and family. In a different corner of the world, Jemmy's art becomes another link in this ever-unfolding tale. His drawings depicting a soldier in a red coat eerily resemble William's journey. As the lines blur between past and present, it becomes clear that history is not merely repeating, it is intertwining across generations. The past is alive within the present, and the present is forever changed by the echoes of those who came before. The climax of this saga unfolds at Craney Dun, where Brianna and Roger, driven by desperation and the need to protect their family, finally confront the antagonist. The confrontation, charged with emotion and tension, culminates in a struggle over the stones themselves. In the heat of the moment, Roger is forced to make an unimaginable sacrifice. He shatters the opal necklace, an act that sends a shockwave through time, creating a temporal barrier that traps their enemy in a fractured time loop. In doing so, Roger severs their own ability to travel through time. This final act, though a victory, comes at a tremendous cost. It serves as a stark reminder that sometimes the price of protecting one's future is the sacrifice of one's past. Yet this sacrifice becomes the ultimate expression of the season's theme. Legacy demands defiance, not passive inheritance. These characters have fought, struggled, and made choices that transcend survival. They have defined their own destinies. In the end, it is not the stones or the necklace that define their legacy, but the strength of their choices, the bonds they forged, and the sacrifices they made along the way. In the aftermath of their victory, a letter arrives, a final message from Claire, sent from the past. It reaches Brianna in 1985, dated 1800, offering a glimpse into Claire's heart in the final days before her death. The words in the letter become both a comfort and a guide, a message that transcends time and space, a bridge between mother and daughter that will never be severed. The final moments of Outlander Season 8 unfold with quiet poignancy, weaving together the threads of love, loss, and legacy that have spanned 8 seasons. At Fraser's Ridge, the landscape that bore witness to their triumphs and heartbreaks, Claire and Jamie stand hand in hand on the porch of their cabin. The autumn sun casts a golden glow over the mountains they fought to call home, the same mountains that now serve as a silent witness to the end of an era. The Revolutionary War, which once tore their lives apart, has ended. Its scars, etched deep into the land and their souls, remain an indelible part of their story. And yet, despite the wounds of the past, peace, fragile and hard-won, settles over them like a blanket. Jamie's hair is now silver, the years marked in every line of his face. Claire's hands, once so steady and sure, now bear the wear of time. And yet, despite it all, their bond remains as fierce as ever, undiminished by the years, the battles, or the losses. "We've outlasted empires," Jamie murmurs, his voice roughened by age, yet full of a lifetime's worth of emotion. Claire leans into him, her face softening as she whispers, "Not empires. Time." In the 20th century, Brianna and Roger stand at Crenna Dun, their children's hands held tightly in theirs. The stones, once full of power, now sit silent at their feet. The opal necklace, shattered in an act of ultimate sacrifice, lies among them. Its magic has been spent, its power broken, but the consequences of its destruction still reverberate through time. Mandy, embodying the strength of both her mother and to be continued.